to my channel. This is First Time Moms Dr. Irabo, and this channel is all about health for mothers as they go through the motherhood journey, because I believe as a mom that when you're healthy as an individual, you're more effective. Even your family will even feel you more. You take care of them more. You do things in a more effective way, and that is what this channel is all about. So if it's your first time here, you're very, very much welcome. Today we'll be talking about your vagina before, during, and after pregnancy, because it can pose a lot of challenge in the sense that many people have this panic, and there's this: if I go through childbirth, if I go through vaginal delivery, does that mean that my vagina will just be all loose? My vagina will just is no longer tight. My husband may not find me attractive. So it can cause a lot of worries for some mothers, and that is what we're going to be talking about. If it's something you're interested in, please stay tuned to the end of this video. So first thing first, as the vagina is being said, we all know what the vagina is. We all know what it looks like. It's that, one of the holes we all have as a woman. But there's a misconception about it, in the sense that we think that it is just that hole that should be talked about. The vagina is just, where the baby comes out from. The vagina is just all about sexual intercourse, where the penis goes into during sexual intercourse. And that is why we fall in the hands of so many unhealthy practices. We fall into the hands of so many unhealthy things, in the sense that they will tell you, apply this, use this to tighten that part of your body, to tighten it, to sweeten it. At the end of the day, you may cause more harm. In most cases, you'll be causing more harm than good. So I'm going to be telling you what the vagina really is. You don't know where the vagina is really, but we see it as a ring or as a hole through which baby will come out from. It is where the penis goes into during sexual intercourse. Those are all perfect. But one thing we should know is that it is beyond that. It is way beyond what we see. And if we do not know all of these things, we will now focus on those things we're putting from the external part, from maybe the things you're being told to expose yourself to. And this can cause either infections, can cause a lot of problems, either now or later, which is why we have a video like this to prevent some of these things in the nearest future for our mothers. So basically, the vagina, of course, we all know where it is. But beyond that wall, there are certain things that control it. We have nerves, we have neurons, we have a lot of things, we have muscles there. So when we're talking about how the vagina really is, of course, we know it is elastic in the sense that it can stretch, and that is why it can contain the penis during sexual intercourse. It can contain the baby's head and the baby's entire body during vaginal delivery. And in the sense that as the baby is coming out, the penis and all of that during sexual intercourse is happening. In the sense that it can stretch, it can open, it can go way back to how it used to be before. There are things that control it. So it is not enough that you're applying something there, you're putting this concussion there, you've been told to use this particular herbs and all of that. No, there's something in your body. There are interconnections in our body that control this stretching, that control the returning back to its usual size, how it used to be, either before childbirth or even after sexual intercourse or before sexual intercourse. And when we focus on those interconnections, when we focus on those things, those are the things that will really determine whether this vagina itself will be strengthened or weakened at the end of the day. So it's not as if childbirth does not contribute to weakening of the vagina. Vaginal childbirth contributes a lot to the weakening of the vagina, but it's not as if after childbirth you suddenly just become your entire body just suddenly become loose. There are health conditions that can contribute to loosening of the vagina suddenly, even when you're not pregnant, because the tissues, the muscles, everything is just loosening because there are so many disorders in the person's body. If there are issues like that, then they need to be corrected, they need to be managed, to help the individual. But if you're okay, you're healthy, you go about your activities, you're just a healthy mom or a healthy woman in general, it's not as if after going through childbirth, all of a sudden your body will just become suddenly loose. No, it doesn't happen that way. You experience some level of weakness. You may experience, sometimes some women may even have issues with pee. Some issues may even have issues with controlling that pee. They may not stay as long as they used to stay before they got pregnant, before they used the restroom. Before they get to the restroom, you could see that there are trickles of maybe urine in your panties or something like that. These are signs to tell us that beyond the vagina, beyond that wall we are seeing, beyond that hole rather we're seeing, there are so many interconnections, there are so many interplays that we are not seeing. And when those connections and those things are fixed, then you can now see the effect on that vaginal hole most people are so worried about, whether to put things inside, whether to use this to avoid that, and things like that. So what are these interconnections? Basically, everything, like I often say, everything in the human body is all tied to the brain, and the brain do not just work on its own. The brain have the way of sending signals to each part of the body, and these signals come back to the brain, and the brain will interpret it to the body and things like that. That is how they work. So for the case of the vagina has a wall, and this wall is made up of muscles. And when these muscles are weak, that is when you now say, oh, this woman is actually having a loose vagina. So it's not as if, oh, the childbirth just maybe tore the vagina open and suddenly the vagina cannot return back. Of course, there are tears during childbirth for some moms, which after healing, it can go back to how it used to be, or close to how it used to be before pregnancy and before delivery. So most importantly is that as a mom, as a young woman, or as a young female in general, when you focus on those muscles, they are strengthened, they are stronger, and your vagina in general becomes healthier. And when we're talking about strengthening of the vaginal wall, it is not what you do on the outside basically that would, except maybe for those who want to go for surgery. In most cases, the surgeries for vaginal tightening usually are usually recommended for those who do not want to give birth anymore. And but if you're a mom and you intend to give birth to other children, focus on strengthening those muscles and not focus on the things that will just, they will tell you, go and buy this, buy that, buy that, buy that. And those are the things that will end up causing problems. And some of these things like alum, they will tell you use bleach, do chin. Well, there are so many things, even cloves. Cloves, like in the north, they use it to make kunu. Some people use it to make zobo. Some people insert those things into their vagina. Some people will tell you sit on hot water. Some will tell you insert herbs. Some will tell you, oh, this is a vaginal tightening cream. Those are things that have been found to cause a lot of infections, a lot of problems. For instance, the vaginal steaming, which is a major problem right now because people cannot read. Because when you tell a mom do not do vaginal steaming, there is this, okay, how about after childbirth? After childbirth, or even if you're not even a mom yet, the one that is recommended actually is sitz bath, and that is actually different. It's actually different from a vaginal steaming. A vaginal steaming is different because oftentimes when you're telling a mom stay off heat in that area, especially after delivery, that place is so sensitive, it is so soft, it is not easy for a whole human being to go through that part of your body. So it's whatever you're exposed to, that part is so important. Of course, I have a video to differentiate between vaginal steaming and a sitz bath in this video. So in this channel rather, so you can go through you can go through it and see the difference or what you should do. It is a sitz bath that is recommended for you, not a vaginal steaming. Vaginal steaming can melt your stitches. It can make you even break down, your wounds can break down in that side, your perineum can even stop your healing in general. Cases where women will have to come back to the hospital for them to be restitched, there are so many infections there because of the things they are exposed to. So you can go through the video on sitz baths and vaginal steaming, so you know the difference, which to do and which to avoid. Some even go as far as applying toothpaste, they will be telling you use this, use that, and stuff like that. Just a simple exercise, the Kegel exercise, is what I'm recommending for every woman, whether you're pregnant, whether you're a young mom, whether you're planning to give birth, whether you just give birth. This is generally a safe exercise. It's Kegel exercise, and this exercise focuses on your perineal muscles. They focus on the muscles that form the walls of your vagina, because where baby is passing through is just not is beyond that hole you're seeing. So baby's head is coming out. No, it is beyond that hole you're seeing. So the muscles guiding that wall, the muscles guiding that wall are what you're going to be training, and that is what the Kegel exercise is. The most important thing is for you to identify the muscles. And how do you identify the muscles? For those who do not know how to go about it, when you're trying to pee, maybe you're in the restroom or you're about to use the restroom, you want to pee. By the time the pee is coming out, you can hold your urine for some seconds. For those who do not know how to actually do it, you can use this to just practice. It is not as if it is generally safe for you to hold your urine as a woman. No, this can actually prone you to things like urinary tract infections. It's just for you to identify this muscle, get used to doing Kegel exercise, and once you get used to it, you need to stop holding your urine in between your peeing process. So as you're in the restroom, as the urine is coming out, you can stop your urine in between, and for a few seconds you can, you continue urinating. That way you're tensing the actual muscle that needs to be tensed in the vaginal wall, and by the time you know how to do it, you can go on about your activities, and you do it as much as you can remember in a day. You can do it as many as 5 times, 6, 7, 8, 10 times in a day, as many as you want. Even and after delivery, it is so important. After childbirth, especially after vaginal birth. In fact, whether cesarean section, any form of birth, it's just that the contribution of vaginal birth to the weakening of the walls of the vagina is more than what CS will contribute. The fact that you're carrying a baby alone can weaken that part of your body. That's a simple truth. So, however your mode of delivery is, this exercise is actually recommended for every woman, young, old. It is very, very recommended. That is what this video is all about. Focus on what's important, which are the muscle walls of the vagina. And it's not enough to insert something, use this concussion, sit on hot water. No, those are not the things that will help you. The things that will help you are things that will strengthen the wall. The stronger the wall is, the tighter that place will be. And the more you pay attention to these things, the more you do this exercise, the more strengthened this wall is. It's just like going to the gym. It is when they tell you about losing weight, or if you want to build your muscle mass, it is not about you using any particular kind of belt or any kind of food, but you need to lift up some things. Those who go to the gym, how they have muscles and the kind of things they lift. It is the same thing you're going to be doing for your pelvic wall, for your pelvic muscles to support your vaginal wall. But as much as you strengthen these vaginal muscles, your vagina will become tighter as the day goes by. And of course, if you now discover, one thing about childbirth is that you can experience a lot of changes. It could be from vaginal loosening. Sometimes some people even experience dryness. They can even start having pain during sexual intercourse. That is actually different. The tighter your vagina is does not mean it's going to solve the problem of vaginal dryness. That's actually a different topic for another day. But this video is just focused on what you should do to tighten your vaginal wall stronger and make it better, healthier in general, and avoid those things that will make your health as a woman detrimental or as a mom, because those are the things you're seeing these days. People, as there's panic everywhere. What am I supposed to do? My husband doesn't find me attractive, I'm not comfortable, I feel that place is so lax, it's so loose, and things like that. So the most important thing is for you to calm down and strengthen these muscles. The more you gym the muscles around the vaginal wall, the stronger they become, and the stronger these muscles are, the tighter the vaginal will itself become in general. So that's what I have for you in this video, and see you in our next video. Bye.